The famous question that Rav Shimshon brings down is, why does this Torah start with a Beit? Because to tell you that Beit is bracha. But there's a big question. It says in Sefer Tehillim, Rosh Dvorcha Emes, the beginning of your words is Emes. So therefore, you should start with an Aleph, not with a Beit. So you have to say that since the Beit comes for the bracha, so that automatically is a Emes for the Emes. Because when is there a bracha? Only when there's Emes. And to prove it, it says in the Pasuk, in Vayikra Tesvav, Zion, Even Shlema. When you take scales, when you make measurements, when you make weights, you should have a complete stone with tzedek. This stone should be honest. You shouldn't put in some metals there. You shouldn't put in some things that will make this stone a little bit heavier. And in that schus that you make it tzedek, so therefore you'll have what to do business, you'll have what to buy, you'll have what to sell, because that since you're doing emes, so the bracha will be there. So we see that whenever there is brachis, when there's bracha, it comes through an emes. And therefore it's true, Rosh Dvorcha Emes. But the base tells you because of the emes, there is bracha, like over there, by the Eben Shleiman, and there too it says that if it's a stone which is not emes, it will be klala. And not only there'll be klala in the act, but it will be klala in you. You will suffer many sufferings. Now, on this medrash, there's a question that Rabbi Yossi says in the Gemara Yuma, Boy Ray, come and see, Shaloi Kemidis Kosh Baruch Kemidis Basrit. Kosh Baruch is so good. Kosh Baruch is so chesed. He does such favor. Not like a Pasuk Adam, because by a Pasuk Adam, if you just touch him a little bit, he's ready to destroy you. But by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Kila les HaNochash. Because the Nochash is a terrible thing. Nochash said to Adam Bechava, don't trust Hashem. Eat. You'll become like a wonder like Hashem. Eat. So he went against Hashem. And because of that, Hashem cut his hands and his feet. He only crawls. He has no hands, he has no feet. And still, he has to climb up the roof. He finds food. Misery knows of him. The food is with him. the character. He goes to the ground. Awesome is on his iman. Even though he did a terrible thing. And Hashem cursed him. And Hashem maimed him completely still. Kosh Baruch Hu has chesed. He helped him. He should be able to eat on the roof. He should be able to eat on the ground. And also we find that Canaan did a terrible thing to his father. And when Noah found out about it, he cursed him. The other ones should be able to build dynasties. The other ones should be able to build great cities. But you will always be a slave. And still, even though he's a slave, he drinks what the master drinks. He eats what the master eats. He sleeps where the master sleeps. Hashem is chesed. Even though You did such terrible things. Still Hashem has feelings. V'rav chesed v'emes. Kill the Isha. He cursed the woman. What'd you do? You brought death to the world. And still, still everybody runs after the woman. So Hashem is chesed v'emes. So how could we say by the Eben Shlema that if you will make it emes, you will be blessed. If you make it not emes, you'll be cursed. And even here we see Hashem is Rav Chesed v'Emes. It's an unbelievable chesed. If you see people, they have goodness in them, it's because of Hashem. They have the goodness. So there's a contradiction. How could it be over here? Hashem is chesed. And over here, if you will do bad, you'll be cursed. So the Zereshim gives an answer, depends. Something that's written in the Torah, Hashem can't get involved in this. If the Torah says, you'll make it tzedek, you'll be blessed. But they didn't do anything that's written in the Torah. They just went against me. Canaan went against his father. The woman went against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So over there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could show chesed. Over there, HaKadosh Baruch Hu means that something which has to do with the Torah, Hashem can't get involved in this. But something that has to do personally, Rav Chesed v'Emes. And this is the biggest blessing that a person could have. He went through a Rosh Hashanah, he went through a Yom Kippur, and he should realize HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves the person no matter what. That's why he forgives people. If there's any possibility, if there's such a thing that's called it says Vayaket Avram is Yitzchak. Avram tied up Yitzchak. So what's the pshat? The pshat he tied up the midas of chesed, tied up the midas of din, and this is why we were able, with little tshuva, with little movements, we were able to accomplish so much, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is chesed. And if a person knows that, this is what it says in the Torah, V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. You should love your Hashem. If you only see, if you only could understand, you can, what Hashem does, V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha, you will love HaKadosh Baruch Hu.